Sorry, I was on mute, but welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks Live, where I talk about topics and all kinds of other things that are interesting on my podcast. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. All right. I want to talk to y'all too, but let me get through all of this stuff real fast before I start. So anybody who is watching and wants to see your comment on the screen, I can show like this or right here. Your comment will be seen as well. But just to single you out, if you have a question or anything, I can show it right on the screen. All right, let me get through So everybody, on Fridays, I do a little thing called Marcus Speaks Play, where I basically play all of my favorite games in certain select list of new releases. So, if you're interested in that, if you have children that would like to watch, I will say this, if you do have your children watch, I do use swear words, and I also smoke vape. So, if you don't want to have your kids see that, then it's not the stream for them. But if you don't mind and cuss in your house and smoke or whatever, well, my show is the show for your kids to watch, to play where I play video games. So, if you have any sort of show idea, something I can do during the podcast, or a story recommendation, or a game recommendation, you can either hit me up in the live chat, the comment section, or my DMs. The way you can do that to follow me on social media, so you can hit me up in my DMs, is here on Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast, as well as Facebook at Marcus Speaks. I have a group page. You can type in www.facebook.com/Marcus Speaks PC, which my group page will come up as Marcus Speaks Podcast. Everything that I do on Instagram goes over to there as well as my Twitter at MarcusSpeaks25. Same way you see everything on your screen is the way that you type everything in. So everything that I put on Instagram, it goes to my group page on Facebook and Twitter. Everything else I do manually, such as my personal page on Facebook, and also do post the same thing onto Instagram and Facebook as well. So you're not, so you don't have to search around and look for things. So with that, that's how you get in touch with me there. I also have a Twitch where it's Marcus Speaks Play, which I only exclusively do video game footage there, which you can find there, like I said, if you have kids or if you have some sort of, I guess, grown child or something that would like to watch someone play video games. Have them come over and watch me. I have a slew of videos as far as video game content goes on here, my main channel, Marcus Speaks, and as well as the second channel on Marcus Speaks Play. Alright, so you can check both Marcus Speaks Play and Marcus Speaks in the description below. Everything as far as my social medias and the Twitch and what else? My YouTube channels. Everything is there. As well, like I said, check those links out in the description. Everything's there. They're just named off. So have at it. As well as I'm using Restream.com to stream this beautiful bean footage right now. I am streaming live to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, which I should put Twitter back up there because I'm on Twitter as well. Like I said, I wasn't over there yesterday, but I am on there now, so I might as well add it back. So, as we wait, I'm also doing that as well. And that back on Alright, like I said, I am on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch right now, but during the game stream, I stream to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and probably not Twitter for the gameplay, but you might see me there every now and again. With the live video that is on YouTube right now, I want to tell you guys this. I take the live video down after the live is done. Reason being, because you're gonna watch over there on YouTube. I'd rather be on Facebook. Much rather you be here on YouTube because I want to grow my channel over there. So it's much better if you come over here, alright, on YouTube. All the links that are that's in the description on YouTube is also on Facebook. Probably not Twitter, but Facebook you should see either on my group page or my personal page if you're watching. The links at the top of the video. So when you see that YouTube link for the main channel, the first channel, hit that link. Alright? So, if you could, with that, please like this video, share this video, share my channel, share my other channel as well. And if you're new here, please subscribe. And when the bell comes up, hit that bell to all, so you can get all of my notifications when I go live. You might have a treat every so often with a pre-recorded video where I'm either talking about something or a gameplay footage video. So, without further ado, everybody, it's one thing that I do when I do my podcast. I usually points and when I'm talking about my topics that I'm talking about, I usually have videos that play along with, what I'm talking about. YouTube and Facebook sometimes don't like that. So, with that, I have to hit them with this every so often. Well, not every so often, but all the time. And this is also in the description below on my YouTube and above on Facebook. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so that's out the way. I can finally talk to y'all now. It's my theme music. Right, yeah, there it goes, laying down. So, what I want to talk to you guys today about, you see the topic, you see the thumbnail, but I usually have some stuff that I like talking about beforehand before we get into the topic. So, let's get into it. Let's get some music in the background. Um, so everybody, before I get to the things that I want to talk about, I am tickled. All right, I just want to let y'all know. It's this show that I just found out about, and it's probably the funniest damn show I've ever seen in my life. If you guys haven't seen the show Love After Lockup, yo, the the Deontay dude, wow. Or Deontay, or however the hell you say his name, or whatever. I'm rude right now. So everybody who's watching, I thank you guys for being here. And with that, I give you guys a round of applause. All right. So yeah, it's this show I've been watching called Love After Lockup, and the show is so fucking funny to me. Like, it's this guy, and I've only been paying attention to, I guess, like the guy that everybody has been talking about, because I've seen countless videos of people talking about this guy. So the guy's name is Deontay, and his love that he got after lockup was some chick named Nicole. So so the whole time, this guy has been buying her things since she's been in jail. As well, this dude put down, I don't know how the hell you can do this, but this guy put down $20,000 to $30,000 on her books. Now, I don't know. I've never been to jail. I don't know. That is a good amount of money. If I'm not sure. I don't know. But I've been tickled all day watching this. Like, I've been watching this whole thing just fold out, and I'm guessing it's been this is old news. Like, this is like the season that I'm talking about is old, and I'm just now getting to it. But I'm glad I stumbled upon it, and the way I stumbled upon it was, I was watching these YouTubers who do, like, they do reaction videos, but they're more in like the commentary sector of YouTube. And the first video I watched, um, it was when he got the girl home at his house, and he was showing her like all the things he bought her or whatever, and she wasn't having like him touching on her or things like that. So then she gives him like a lap dance and stuff like that, and I'm gonna go off camera for a little while because I'm about to change some stuff on my OBS, and it's not gonna act right after that. So as soon as I hit this OK button, probably won't see me. So hold on, let's see what happens. All right, yes, it did do that. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna quit OBS. I hope you guys still hear me. Then I'm gonna start my OBS back up. Let's force quit, and then start it back up because I'm buffering and I don't like that shit. All right, so y'all are gonna see me in the next couple seconds. All right, there I go. All right, so yeah, I was watching. I've been watching the show on YouTube. I've been catching like bits and pieces of the show, and the guy, he's like the ultimate simp, and in a way, I kind of feel bad for the dude because like they have their occupations and everything, like of the people who are in love with these people when they come out of jail. They have their occupations, and what I know about welders, because the guy Deontay is a welder. And what I know about welders make a lot of money. So by him sending her like 20 to 30,000, I'm pretty sure that's something that he had in savings or something like that. So I'm pretty sure that he just gave his life savings to her while she was locked up, and then he meets her, and then he tries to marry her and shit like that. But she's giving him pushback the whole time for the simple fact that the girl don't really fuck with him like that. And that is the funniest part about it, because this dude is so head over heels, and his homeboy is trying to get him to realize, like, yo, man, like, you need to leave this girl alone. She don't like you. Like, he's probably the best friend in the world. Like, nobody could ever ask for a better best friend than this guy. Like, when I was watching, I was like, damn, I wish this dude was my best friend. Only for the simple fact that I wouldn't do any bullshit that Deontay's doing. I just like Homeboy's brashness. He's very brash. He's forthright. He tells it like it is. And as a friend for Deontay, that's something that Deontay needed. So, but he wasn't listening to his friend. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird that you got a homeboy that's not actually like that's not paying attention to anything that you're saying, and you're giving them like the best game in the world, which is weird. And he's not trying to hear it. So I in a way I don't feel bad for him, but at the same time I feel bad for the guy because he was in love with this girl, and the girl didn't want to show him the same thing because that's not how she felt. So to end this, if y'all have any free time, please look up Love After Lockup, and then I'm guessing you should put Deontay. The way you spell it is Daonte, Deontay. So look that up, watch it, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna laugh and have a ball with it. All right, so that that's been my day. I've been basically watching that shit all day. So, and I've been watching, and like then I started watching. I started getting loving hip hop with it. I started watching like other YouTubers talk about this and their whole thoughts about it. It's been hilarious. All right, everybody. Let me ask y'all a question. How has y'all's Thanksgiving been, or how was your Thanksgiving? Um, I don't personally myself celebrate holidays. Um, other than my religious beliefs and stuff like that. But you know, I, my family does. So I went and saw them, and they had turkey and stuff and stuff like that. All the regular um Thanksgiving food. Me myself personally, since I haven't made it in a while, I made chili. I like chili and what all that goes with it. Me myself personally, I get a little creative with my chili. So not only do I use kidney beans, I use black beans. I put corn in it. Then I chop up some jalapenos, onions, peppers. What else? This year I went a little different. I got a poblano pepper, and I didn't know how a poblano pepper tasted, so um, I had roasted it a little bit, and then I cut it up, and then I threw it in there with my meat, along with my peppers, onions, and jalapenos. Then I got them cooked up a little bit before I started adding everything to it, such as the seasonings and stuff like that. I used cayenne pepper, paprika, salt, pepper. Well, a little bit of um, pink Himalayan salt. I use just a little bit. I was adding other salted additives to it, such as the chili powder mix. Um, I use a little bit of the Smack Your Mama and some Creole seasoning a little bit. Um, and I had some chili. It was some good chili. What I like to do, I like I like a little bit of sweet and a lot of heat. So I used probably a cup and yeah, 1 1/3 cups of brown sugar. Added that to my sauce and stirred that up. Then I started adding in the other seasonings, such as the paprika and the cayenne, and then I started adding everything together. And then once everything was mixed together, that's when I put my chili powder mix to it and let that simmer and do all its stuff. Flavors started congealing together, and I had chili. So, what I had with my chili, which everybody has with it, is cornbread. But I go a little above the Call of Duty with my cornbread. What I like to do with my cornbread, I like when I'm having something that's hot, like chili, that's spicy. I like my cornbread to be spicy as well. So what I did, I added some more jalapenos that I had. I cut up 6. I diced up like 4 or 5 of them for my chili, and then maybe like 3, maybe 4 for my cornbread. And I put some sharp cheddar in with my cornbread so I can have cheddar jalapeno cornbread. It came out great. It's delicious. Um, Nobody can fuck with me in the kitchen, as you can see. Um, also, also, had to dress the chili up a little bit. And I know I'm going a little long with this chili, but I had to dress the chili up a little bit. So what I do, I made some yellow rice with it. So that's the base. Then I put the chili on top. After the chili, sprinkle some of that cheese on there. Then after the cheese, I do a dollop of sour cream, and then I end it off with some green onions, and that shit was delicious. And along with the cornbread with the whole chili bowl, I have some Frito scoop chips with it, so I can scoop up some chili and eat it with the scoop. It's delicious. Everybody try it that way. You won't be upset. All right, so that's how my Thanksgiving was. I didn't go out for Black Friday because I don't believe in that. Going out shopping for stuff, which I found out later on that the things that you're buying on Black Friday is basically much much more than what you would pay for it like a week beforehand. So things get cheap, then they get a little more expensive, then they go cheap again. So I don't understand why people out on Black Friday. Excuse me. Plus, if you buying a TV, a laptop, or something, the components that they use for the Black Friday electronics, they're not the same ones that they would use for regular manufacturing. So your TV or your laptop is gonna fault on you probably within the next year, if not year and a half. So pay attention to that. Okay, so my first thing that I have to bring up, which is sad, and I'm still in the beginning portion of the show. If you guys don't know, this is sad because this little boy, I'm pretty sure he brought a lot of joy to people's hearts. Uh, Viral sensation Antoine T.J. Fowler died last Saturday. He's the kid in the viral video. Where we gonna eat at? He died from an autoimmune disease. So maybe he had, I'm not sure what he had. Probably something. Um, Maybe attacks to joints, maybe, or something. Not sure, but it's pretty sad that this kid died so young. I seen the video numerous times online, and he died, so young, and it's like, who knows what he could have did with his life if he was well and doing good and everything, and it's just sad that he he's gone. So what I want you guys to do, if you feel it in your heart, please send a prayer to his family. I'm pretty sure they're hurting, losing. His mother's probably hurting, his dad's probably hurting for losing a son so young. I believe he was maybe 5 or 6 years old, maybe. So it's just sad. I don't really know how much to say other than I'm sorry for the family's loss, and that's it. That's the only thing I can really think of is I'm sorry for your loss. Another thing that's sad as well, Malcolm X's youngest daughter, I believe, Malika Shabazz, she died as well. I think it was this Monday that it happened, or Sunday. I think it was. But mysteriously, the men that were accused of killing her father was released from jail days before she died. She was found dead by a family member. I believe it was her daughter. They said that found her dead in her apartment in Manhattan. or was it the Bronx? It was one of those. It was either the Bronx or Manhattan. So, as you guys know, her father was gunned down at the what is that ballroom called? That's in Harlem. It's now called the Malcolm X Auditorium, but I forgot what the name of what the name of it was back then. Um, I forgot. But anyway, we all know that he was gunned down, years ago, and but the thing was, Malika and her twin sister never met Malcolm because he died, and I believe, was born the same year that he died, like months later. So they never got to meet their father, other than her three older sisters, or two older sisters, I think, at the time. And then she dies from mysterious consequences. So, my prayers go out to her family as well. So, it's just sad that we're losing so many people. All right, so we finally get to, and I said this a few weeks ago. It's strange that the Kyle Rittenhouse trial overshadowed the Ahmaud Arbery trial. Now, it was talks of people saying, well, the Kyle trial, we need to look at this because it's about race and all this, and it's like, no, it's not about race at all. We're talking about a white kid that shot three white guys. Two of them had checkered past, if not all of them. So why is it that we're trying to find some sort of race issue with the Rittenhouse case, and at the same time the Ahmaud Arbery case was going on, and a lot of bullshit was going on with this case as well, such as the defense attorney for the third guy, I don't have him up here, that recorded the whole ordeal. His lawyer basically got upset that black pastors, and these is his words that he used, he said, we don't need all these black pastors such as Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson in the courtroom to make this a political thing. And it's like, I don't understand how those two people, Al Sharpton and what's his name, Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, could make it a political issue, but whatever. Also, I'm pretty sure it was, I want to say it was Travis McMichael's defense attorney, talked about Ahmaud's body as if it never had a life to it. She basically brought up saying that he had long, dirty toenails when the autopsy report came out. And I'm like, why is that even in the goddamn report? Well, not report. Yeah, the report. But also, why is it that you have to bring it up in the trial? And what does his long, dirty toenails have to do with three crazed white men shooting someone in cold blood? Like I said last week, well, not last week, a couple weeks ago, it's not uncommon for somebody to look at or go into, I I don't know how the chips fall there, but it's not uncommon for somebody to look at a construction site, to walk up, like if there's a new housing development being built, people usually go into these areas and look at the houses that's being built to then think, well, maybe I might want to move here one day or someday, or maybe I'm scouting this because somebody that I know is looking for a house. It's not uncommon for that shit to happen. As far as going into a structure that's being built, I don't know if people do that or not. Usually around, I would say, when they're either developing a housing development, or if they're still in development but houses are built and they're occupied, they usually have a mock-up in the front of the development of where you can schedule an appointment to walk in, get a tour of what a house will look like, in the development. But like I said, it's not uncommon for shit like that to happen. So I do understand that that house was being remodeled and it was still doing, they still had construction that they were doing. I understand that part. Then they bring up that Ahmaud was a possible suspect of a federal crime, basically stealing from a house. Power tools, they brought up a gun at a certain point, they brought up and tools in general. They brought up power tools in general, and a gun, knowing that Ahmaud didn't steal none of this shit. They didn't find anything on him when they approached him, and they have no proof that he stole anything in the first place. So, what I say on that is the defense attorneys, I don't understand what the hell's up. Now, the defense attorney in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, he had his shit together. Kyle's attorney, he had his shit together. The judge wasn't shit, and the prosecuting attorneys, they need to get disbarred. In this case, the prosecuting attorneys had their shit together. The defense attorneys weren't shit, and the judge actually guided that courtroom well. I actually liked how he guided the courtroom. Like, his instructions were clear. The way he controlled his courtroom was nice. The way he would rebuttal with the defense and all that, dynamite shit. So, I would say this. I covered the Derek Chauvin trial, and I would say that Marcus speaks. I would say that judge. I would say that judge in the Ahmaud Arbery case was better than Judge Cahill in the Derek Chauvin trial. Like, it was like he was that good, and I know people probably don't care about the judge and all that, but I feel as though if you're gonna watch these high profile cases, you have to pay attention to everything. Prosecution, defense, the judges, the people that's just in the gallery. With that, I don't know if I brought this up, but I think it was last week. A MSNBC correspondent or reporter tried to see what the jury looked like. He blew a red light, which caused him to get pulled over. As well, he could if not the company MSNBC could be facing federal charges for jury tampering. So I'm pretty sure MSNBC is going to throw the dude underneath the bus, and he's going to have to, what I'm saying, go to trial and, get his time, whatever. If you get any time, but I'm pretty sure it's federal, so he'll do some type of time behind it. If not, the company paying some sort of fine or something. So yeah, that was that case. The prosecution won, which means they found justice on Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and I forgot the other guy's name. So they're all facing murder charges, and malice intent of murder, something like that. But basically, everybody's going to jail. We don't know how much time they're going to be doing because their sentencing hearing hasn't came up yet. So that'll probably happen sometime next year. So y'all keep your eyes glued to the television until that happens. All right. So let's get into this show. So if you guys saw my thumbnail, you saw the title, you already know what this is about. And I will say this. This guy right here, Zac Stacy, ex-NFL player, released on $10,000 bail after abuse that he done on video. Now, I'll have to tell y'all, I have a video, all right? But, hold on, it's not even up there. All right, let me, yeah, I gotta do all that stuff over. So, alright, that's up. I need to bring, yeah, gotta bring that up as well. Alright, cool. Alright, y'all, so this video that I'm about to play, it does have a warning on it, and I will read this out loud. So, in an effort to protect privacy and not re-victimize a person, 10 Tampa Bay does not typically publish content that could identify a survivor of domestic violence. I think they have another one as well. And this case is different. Though a spokesperson, Kristen Evans, gave permission for the following, which was the spokesperson, I'm not sure. Anyway, gave permission for the following video clips to be released and publicly identified herself, citing the outpour of support and concern as reason for going public. There's one more. Warning, the following 3 video clips are violent and may be triggering to many viewers. Profane language has not been bleeped. The only edit made by 10 Tampa Bay is that we've obscured the baby's face. Audience discretion is advised. And with that, I will do this again. All right. So, since I got that out the way, let's get the video going.
I did. Listen, things are way different now. Oh! Back, please.
Now, hold on. I wasn't trying to make this funny at all, but that cat got his ass the fuck out of there because he knew what the hell was about to happen.
Listen, now I do not. Please, please, please.
Now you thought that was okay? That and they gonna ruin relationships and I'm destructive? And frail looking. Now, this shit right here.
God, please.
I love you, Coops.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright. That shit is sad, man. What in the fuck made you do this? And I don't know if you guys was listening, but his reason, it sounded like when he was talking to her for that little brief second, he basically had it to where he said that she said something that I guess would defame his character or something, and that's the reason why. To me, that's the reason why you did that. There was no fucking cause of that. All right, so let's get into it. Ex-NFL player Zac Stacy bonded out of jail following his arrest at Orlando International Airport on charges he beat the mother of his infant son at her Central Florida home. Police say video surveillance shows Stacy striking his ex-girlfriend multiple times and throwing her into a television at her Oakland home west of Orlando. Now, this is what I would say. Now, the TV looked around about 60, 65 inches, which means the TV weighed maybe around 80 to 100 pounds, maybe 120. But still, you threw a woman that looks skinny and frail than a motherfucker, and you throw her violently into a television. Not only that, you throw her into the child's bouncer. Basically, you saw how he picked her up and slammed her into the bouncer. Now, I would say the bouncer caught her a little bit, so it had a little bit of give. So, but the way and the velocity that he slammed her, it doesn't really seem like the bouncer caught her all that much. But let's keep going. The former running back is facing charges of aggravated battery, there we go, and criminal mischief. Stacy, 30 years old, was released last Saturday after posting $10,150 in bail. WESH News reported. So let's go to that.
According to the arrest affidavit, former New York Jets running back Zac Stacy is wanted for aggravated battery for beating the mother of his son inside her Orange County home. Oakland police confirm a video that went viral after being posted by the alleged victim shows the attack, which occurred last Saturday. Because the video is highly disturbing, Wesh 2 News is not airing it in its entirety. We are freezing the picture at points and blur the victim. It begins with Stacy and the woman talking.
Things are way different now.
Police say Stacy is then seen striking the victim twice in the head. She pleads with him to stop. The arrest affidavit says Stacy then picks up the victim and throws her into a television. While the victim cowers on the floor, Stacy stands over her.
You thought that was okay? And they're going to ruin relationships and talking about I'm destructive?
He then picks her up and body slams her into a bouncy seat. An infant on the couch is heard crying as Stacy walks out.
God, please.
According to the arrest affidavit, the victim immediately
I have a problem with this. This is why. I personally was a victimizer of domestic violence. I sought out help, got help. I haven't did dumb shit like that since I've been 25 years old. Now I'm 33. And I'm probably the biggest advocate when it comes to domestic violence against women. Only because I was a victimizer. And I understand the hurt and pain that these women go through once some shit like that happens. And it kind of makes me cry about this shit. Knowing that I put somebody through some bullshit like that. Now, I don't know what his reason of doing what he did, but it doesn't garner whatever she did for you to beat her ass for it. Now, some people may react and say, well, Marcus, how can you talk? And you said that you was a victimizer. Well, this is why. Because I don't believe in hitting women. I didn't believe it then. It's just when you're with someone and you don't know how to control your own emotions and feelings, and you can't control your temper, then that's what happens. This guy, I'm pretty sure he thought he had a good enough reason of why he did it, but there is no good reason to put your hand on a woman at all. I had to learn that the hard way with court and mug shots and shit like that. Life came at me fast, real fast, just like it's probably coming at him right now. He's probably never been in trouble a day in his life, like myself. I had never been in trouble a day in my life until that day. Now, I know his mugshot, he's probably playing it cool, like, you know, I did what I did, I'm caught, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I bailed out, whatever. But when you're faced with going to jail, that sobers you up a little bit when it comes to the fuck shit you was doing. You start thinking, well, damn, I did this, and there's a possibility that my dumb ass could be going away for a while. Now, I committed my bullshit in Pennsylvania, which is a Commonwealth state, which meant I would have did all that time, which I think it's 5 to 8 years of domestic violence. And the crazy part about it is the area of Pennsylvania where I lived at was known for men going to jail from domestic violence. Which is funny that when I looked all this shit up after my case and everything, I looked all this shit up. That the area where I lived at was common for that, for men getting locked up and going to jail. I said, well, damn. But I'll say this when it comes to him, and I'll put myself in the shoes real fast. Whatever his beef was when it came to why he did that, I'm pretty sure he could have made it better by talking it out. Seeing why, she did what she did. Maybe he's not as good of a father as she wants him to be. Maybe she's not as good as a mother as he wants her to be. Maybe they're having trouble co-parenting. Maybe they're having some sort of trouble with each other because they've been together on and off for years. No matter whatever the fucking case is, it's no fucking reason for you to put your goddamn hands on a woman at all. Like, I got pissed when I saw this fucking video. Not only just him hitting her, because that shit. Okay, when I saw that, I said, okay, domestic violence situation. Let's see how he tries to get himself out of this, and there's videotape. But this nigga performed. This nigga not only hit her, flung her into a television, and then it falls on her. Not only does he not leave her alone while she's on the ground, pleading for him to stop. Not only once when she was on the couch by their son, trying to protect her son, because who knows what he could have done if he was that much enraged towards the baby, which would have been a federal crime at that. It's not. But not only does he do that, hit her twice up on side of her head, the left side, I believe. He flings her into the television. It falls on her. He then hits her with something while she's on the ground. Then he picks her up and then slams her into the goddamn the baby bouncer. Nigga, if he gets off on any of this shit, it's the jury's fault, the prosecuting attorney's fault, and the judge's fault. If he gets off on any of this shit. Because trust and believe, if this woman has any sort of family member that gives a damn about her, if they don't get to her, get to him, somebody who is a staunch domestic violence advocate that doesn't put up with men beating on women, I'm pretty sure, doesn't matter how big this motherfucker is, he probably short, but I'm pretty sure someone is going to get at his ass. Probably the reason why he bonded out of jail, because he didn't want nobody knowing why the fuck he was in there. Because if anybody doesn't know, in jail, it's three people that they don't really fuck with in there. Domestic violence, or people who commit domestic violence, child molesters, and rapists. Those 3 people that they don't fuck with in jail. And what I mean by don't fuck with, I mean they don't talk to, and they usually beat their ass on a daily. Just cause. This shit is weird, yeah. For real. Alright, let's continue.
Reported the incident to police. They arrived within minutes of Stacy walking out of that house. They started to hunt for him, but think he's now left the state. They're encouraging him to turn himself in.
Oh my God.
The victim was treated at the hospital for cuts and bruises. The CEO of Harbor House, a shelter.
And I'll show you guys those photos. Hold on. These are the photos. There's her cut. There's her bruises. But I'm pretty sure she has more than this. But yeah, this shit is weird, yo. Oh shit.
Domestic violence victims applauds the victim for immediately calling police.
If you're experiencing domestic violence, tell somebody. Don't live in isolation. People want to help you get on the other side of that.
Amanda Dukes reporting, Wesh 2 News.
Alright. So yeah, man. Like I said, that shit is weird. Alright, the video went viral after Stacy's ex-girlfriend posted it on her Instagram account. Orlando police arrested Stacy at the airport after he arrived Thursday on a flight from Nashville. Stacy made his first appearance in court on last Friday. A judge ordered Stacy to have no contact with his ex-girlfriend and surrender his passport and any firearms he owns. Thomas Fetter, an attorney representing Stacy's ex-girlfriend, told WESH2 News he disagreed that Stacy should be granted bail. He says that just doesn't seem right, especially given the fact the judge saw the video. Fetter told WEHS News. He also says he saw the horrific video of blatant, egregious domestic violence committed on our client. Stacy's attorney, Thomas Luca, told a WESH2 News reporter at the jail he has not developed a defense, but said the video posted online only shows 53 seconds of the incident. Video showing the former running back attacking the woman went viral in recent days after the victim shared it online. Orlando police arrested Stacy after he exited an inbound flight from Nashville and took him to Orange County Jail, said OPD's Heidi Rodriguez. Before I get into what the hell I have to say about this, what the fuck does it matter if it was 53 seconds or not? Nothing garners a man to hit a woman. Nothing. So, if the defense wants to harp on, let's see the full video from when he entered until when he exited. Let's say it took all of 10 minutes. If there was an argument that happened beforehand, the argument's non-valid. I.e., that's what I was told in my case. The argument means nothing. That's what my lawyer told me. And I didn't have a public defender. I got my own lawyer. He told me it doesn't matter that you guys got into an argument before the act happened. All that matters is that you hit her, and now they're trying to find background on you to see if you you have any sort of history in this? Well, since it was my first time and I've never been in trouble, um, I beat up some kid in my neighborhood where the cop just waved it off because the kid was a problem child in school and in my neighborhood itself. The cop just waved it, and that really doesn't count against me at all because I basically, in a way, beat up the neighborhood bully. So, but yeah, there was an argument that ensued beforehand. It doesn't matter what the fuck happened before the 53 minute mark, or 53 second mark, sorry. Nothing matters other than him hitting her, flinging her, and then slamming her. Nothing matters before that. So the defense can try to come up with some sort of clever way within the lines of the law to try to get his client off, Mr. Stacy. But this nigga's about to do some time. Not only that, you know America don't fuck with black men who date. Well, I wouldn't say that. America doesn't really deal with motherfuckers who want to commit egregious acts, such as domestic violence on women or white women in general. This is his ex that he has a child with. And I hope nobody thinks that this nigga's getting off. Because not only did he hit, he flung, and he slammed a white woman. Now, they say OJ killed his ex-wife. That's what they say he did. And he also came out with a book that alluded to if he did do it. I don't think this is the same, and I don't think that this guy's getting off. That's just my personal opinion. He's not getting off on this. So, he might as well go ahead, count his blessings, see all of his family, and try and see if he can start selling some of his stuff, because what I hear, commissary is a little expensive. He might as well go ahead and start doing everything that he can, because that nigga's about to go away. Alright. So, I agree that he shouldn't get bail. Because with the first video that I showed y'all, it shows everything of what he did. The dude intentionally did what he did on the basis of saying that his ex-girlfriend lied on him. It isn't sufficient enough for him to do said act on this woman. Not only is the woman an ex of his that he doesn't really need to have that much contact with, the woman is also the mother of his infant son. I think the little boy's 5 months old or something like that. Maybe, yeah, 5 months old. So, this dude is basically a menace to society at this point, for the simple fact that he's just going around hitting on his ex girlfriend for no intensive purpose, for no goddamn reason. Now, what I want to know is, from his 5 to 6 years in the league, and from him playing college ball, high school ball, and then Little League, has he started developing CTE yet? Because we all know some people, some NFL players develop CTE, if not all NFL players developed CTE. So we all know a person that did have it that died probably in the past 2 years, maybe, or the last 2 to 3 years. Aaron Hernandez, that did all of his egregious acts to, I guess, trying to fit in with some folks, and he wound up killing a guy or whatever, or a guy and his girlfriend or something like that. And he looked normal, just like dude. He looked normal, as if nothing was wrong, but we don't know what's going on inside of his brain. If anything happens to him within the next couple months, an autopsy should be done on his brain to see if he has any form of CTE, because there's no way that someone just starts acting violent out of nowhere. Like, it's no case that has came up to where people just start acting violently out of nowhere. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he does go to jail, that he suffers the same fate as Aaron did. We all know how he got taken out, the same way that Epstein got taken out. Let's be honest. He beat that white woman, and she is as white as they come. Let me show the picture again. She is as white as they come. Look like she grew up in, I say, middle class neighborhood. Grew up with both of her parents, possibly. And meets him, and all hell breaks loose. So they about to put this dude under the jail, and when I mean under, they're digging a ditch for him right now and making it nice and cold and cozy for him, because this motherfucker is about to be placed underneath of the fucking jail. For real. Alright, so let's move on. Take this picture down. Alright, so in court, his defense attorney said Stacy had flown back to Florida immediately after learning that Oakland police had issued a warrant for his arrest, with the intention of turning himself in. However, prosecutors noted that Stacy had left the state immediately after the alleged attack. Well, let's put it like this. We don't know if he already bought the ticket or he went to the airport right away and fled the state. We don't know. So, they asked court judge Andrew Bain to order Stacy to surrender his passport if granted release. Bain agreed. He set Stacy's bond at $10,150 on felony charges of aggravated battery and criminal mischief, and also ordered him to have no contact with the victim if released and not possess any weapons or firearms. Stacy spoke only briefly to confirm he intended to return to Tennessee. The Oakland Police Department said its officers responded to an emergency call Saturday around 2:30 p.m. and determined a domestic violence battery had taken place and that the suspect, Zac Stacy, had fled the scene. The agency said in a statement the Orange County Sheriff's Office also tried to locate Stacy, a 30-year-old former running back for Vanderbilt University and later the St. Louis Rams and New York Jets, but learned he had fled the state, according to Oakland PD. When officers arrived, they found the woman sitting on her living room couch with her shirt torn and food in her hair. An affidavit for Stacy's arrest said. Now, you know you going to jail when they ask for to surrender weapons of all kinds and your passport. So that means you can't harm anybody if you wanted to, and you can't flee the country if you wanted to. So now that he's landlocked to the state of Florida, I'm saying he could leave the state if he wants to, but it won't be a good day for him because either his ass is going to get shot by trying to flee and speed and get away from cops, or he can just stay in his home until it's time for him to go to court each day. Not only did the cops find his child's mother sitting on the couch with a torn shirt and food in her hair. One, now we can say the terror came from when he slammed her into the baby bouncer. Two, the food in her hair, which the bouncer probably had food on it because the child was probably there. It's a thousand ways this dude could have walked away, but he chose not to. So just imagine if you was a police officer and you walk into the scene of the crime. You see a toppled over TV, a woman with a torn shirt, food in her hair, and then they see the scene like broadly, like okay, toppled over TV, woman sitting on the couch with her son. She has food in her hair, torn shirt. The cat is hiding in the corner. The bouncer's broke. She has scrapes and bruises on her. And let me show that picture again of the bruises and the cut. So they's looking at all of this, and they can see that's a cut on her knee and a bruise on her arm. That's basically where she got, where she was slammed. So ain't no coming back from this. Hold on, y'all. This dude, man, dude, for real. Cops going and looking at that, they gonna be like, they already see a conviction coming. It's okay. You got scrapes and bruises, broken television, broken baby bouncer, child crying, you got food in your hair, torn shirt. Yeah, let's go ahead and write this up. We've been here before, lady. We just need your name. We're just going to go back to the station and do the paperwork right now. Is there anything you want us to put on the paperwork? If so, if you want us to write anything down, you need us to do anything. She probably gave a brief statement like, yeah, I was just in the house by myself, chilling with my sons. He comes over, starts giving me a third degree, hits me a couple times. Well, you don't need to say all that. We already know what happens. Do you have any sort of footage that shows this? Yes, I have my surveillance camera. Can we have that footage, please, man? And they probably took the footage, went to the station, started just writing, and they got their case. Not saying that did happen, but I imagine as a cop, you've probably been through. If you've been on the force for 5 to 10 years, I'm pretty sure you've dealt with over a dozen domestic violence cases. I'm pretty sure as a cop, you probably, if you've been on the force for 5 to 10 years, you've dealt with many domestic violence cases. So, Oakland Police, Oakland Police Detective Sean Dozer wrote in the affidavit that he watched a video captured by the victim's surveillance system that shows Stacy struck the woman twice, knocking her to the ground, then picked her up like a rag doll and threw her into a 65-inch television. The TV fell over on top of the woman, Dozer said, and she balled up in a defensive manner. Footage also shows Stacy grabbing an object and throwing it at the woman's head, according to Dozer. While she was still on the floor pleading with Stacy to stop, he picked up her body, slammed her down onto the baby walker, causing the object to break as she fell, Dozer said. In a public Facebook post, the victim shared multiple video clips of the incident that have since gone viral with the caption, "Vanderbilt's finest, Zac Stacy, violent domestic abuse in front of our 5-month-old son." Damn, she gave a very good description of who the hell it was. Crazy thing is, like I said, nobody saw that cat see what was about to happen a mile away, because not only did he run from this guy once, he ran from this motherfucker twice and hid somewhere within the house. Because if y'all remember me stopping and anyway, it doesn't matter. But that cat saw danger a mile away. One second. All right. So, Oakland police said last Friday that officers responded to 2 other disturbances between Stacy and his son's mother within the last few months. In August, she contacted police. Okay, hold on, yo. I'm gonna finish this sentence and then I'm gonna say what I have to say. August, she contacted police to have Stacy removed from her home after an argument over rent money, according to an incident report. Now, people, if the police have to show up at your home one time, they take names down. If it's for a domestic dispute, a domestic violence dispute, if the cops have to come to your house once, they take both of your names down. They take the resident's address down, and they ask how many occupants are in the house. And what else do they ask for? Well, I guess now they'll ask for like social media and or they probably look that up. Forgot what else they asked for. But if they have to show up at the house one time, best believe if they have to show up another time, and not saying it's the same cops, they'll just have something in the system to where they spoke to y'all the first time. The second time, somebody's going to jail. That's just how it works. So by her having some sort of document well, not document, but by the police having some sort of documentation stating that they've been there before doesn't look good for him. Now, if he was removed for arguing with her one time over rent money, which is crazy. If you're living there and you're a man taking care of your family, why are you worried about if she has rent money or not? If you're not paying the full rent, why don't y'all have some sort of system to where you don't have to ask her for rent? That just makes more sense. But anyway, Stacy had been living in the home for 4 months, and the woman told officers they argued when she didn't have the money to pay him back, which is weird if it's his girlfriend. Oakland police officer Anthony Edwards noted in the report there was no physical violence during the argument, but said Stacy kept menacingly staring at the woman as she cried while talking to the officer. Stacy eventually left the house and parked across the street, Edwards said, but left shortly after he noted Edwards and a detective were watching him. In September, the woman called police after Stacy allegedly struck the side of her head with a stack of mail while she held their baby, according to the incident report. Damn! Not only once did you do it, you did it a second time, and then you did it a third time. This shit ain't looking good. What was the last thing I said? Incident report. According to incident report released last Friday, he was not at the home when police arrived. Now, as I said, this shit don't look good for this dude for the simple fact that they wasn't called just once. They were called twice. And, with baseball rules, 3 times you out. So he's about to do quite a bit of time. Quite a bit. And with that, who knows how much time he'll get. So paramedics treated the woman for ringing in her ears, the report said, although the woman declined to press charges. Oakland police filed a domestic violence battery charge with the state's attorney's office. The department said in a statement, records show Stacy filed a paternity suit against his child's mother in October, claiming his ex had kept the boy away from him since they stopped living together in August. His suit sought a time-sharing agreement for custody and legally established his parental rights. The suit remains pending. Meanwhile, Bain indicated during the hearing the victim had filed for a restraining order against Stacy. Court records related to her petition were not available last Friday, but Stacy was ordered to adhere to any related restrictions in release. So, I'll play for you the last video on this topic.
The former NFL player was arrested after video went viral on social media that police say shows Stacy attacking the mother of his child. Now he's in the Orange County jail, but could be released at any moment after a judge gave him bond. News 6's Lauren Cervantes is live outside the jail with the latest on this. Lauren.
Yeah, Zachary Stacy is expected to walk out of these doors, but according to court documents, he cannot be released until he surrenders his passport. And his attorney this morning during the first appearance told the judge that Stacy's passport is back in Tennessee. Orlando police have arrested former running back for the New York Jets, Zachary Stacy, his ex-girlfriend Kristen Evans, posting this video that's now gone viral to her Twitter page. We aren't going to show you the video in full as it's disturbing and difficult to watch.
Can you tell me your name? Zachary Stacy.
Stacy faced a judge for the first time this morning.
Mr. Stacy, you're here in case 2021 CF 14827AO on charges of aggravated battery, causing great bodily harm, and felony criminal mischief.
Stacy is facing 2 felony charges. Stacy's attorney telling the judge this morning that his client was waiting to see when the arrest warrant would drop, with the plan of getting on a plane from Tennessee and flying back to Orlando.
Stacy flew from Tennessee, where he was temporarily residing, right back to Florida with the intention of turning himself in. He was arrested at the airport by Orlando Police Department before I was actually there to pick him up. We actually delivered him to the jail.
Oakland police say Stacy was arrested at Orlando International Airport last night when he landed. All of this stemming from an incident that took place on November 13th, in which Oakland police responded to a domestic violence battery at the home of Stacy's ex-girlfriend, according to the arrest warrant. Another condition of his release is that Stacy is not to have any contact with his ex-girlfriend. For now, in Orange County, I'm Lauren Cervantes, getting results.
All right. Let's hope this young lady gets justice and this dude goes to jail, because this motherfucker is a menace and needs to be locked up for the rest of his fucking days. So, with that being said, Zach is released, and he has any problem with this video, I'm on Facebook. DM me if you have any sort of problem, and I can run back your ass into a grave if you need me to. Alright, so my next story, which everybody probably has seen, and this shit is weird and disturbing as well. A long-time holiday tradition turns deadly. Now, no one knows why this shit happened. Nobody knows. It's up in the air, and they're still investigating it. So, what was supposed to be a joyous occasion in Waukesha, Wisconsin, turned tragedy Sunday afternoon when the driver of an SUV plowed into a crowd of people at the city's annual Christmas parade. Now, before I get serious again, who the hell has a Christmas parade before Thanksgiving? I'm just asking. Because that shit sounds weird. Having a Christmas parade before Thanksgiving. And not only that, why? Anyway, let me get serious again. Less than an hour into the festivities, suspect Daryl E. Brooks, and here his crazy ass is right here. Daryl E. Brooks intentionally drove his maroon SUV through barricades into a crowd of people. Waukesha Police Chief Daniel Thompson said at a news conference Monday afternoon, 6 people have died, including a 6-year-old child, and 48 others were injured. This nigga's going to jail. The suspect was almost immediately taken into custody. Brooks is being charged with 5 counts of homicide. Other charges may be added as the investigation unfolds, Thompson said. Thompson's explained that police missed a confrontation with Brooks mentioned before he set out on the daily drive. The incident before, they said, was he was in a knife fight. Y'all look at my face real fast. Look. Who the fuck's having knife fights anymore? I don't know anybody who's having a knife fight. It's a lot of motherfuckers shooting each other. I don't really hear a lot of stabbing stories no more. So, what knife fight was this crazy motherfucker in? And why didn't he win it? Because this motherfucker looks crazy as fuck, as if he could take a knife anywhere. Now, there's been several videos of this dude that's been up, and one thing, you could have turned any corner before you got to that damn parade. Why he didn't take any of those turns, who knows? But you plow into a fucking parade, my nigga. And not only that, you kill people. You're fleeing from a knife fight. There's nobody pursuing you. So why in the hell are you speeding in the downtown district of Waukesha? Wow. This shit is weird. The suspect prior to the incident was involved in a domestic dispute, which was minutes prior, Thompson told reporters. And the suspect left the scene just prior to our arrival at the domestic dispute. There is no evidence this was a terroristic incident, he added. The chief also identified those who died as Virginia Sorensen, 79, Leanne Owen, 71, Tamara Durand, 52, Jane Cullick, 52, and Willem Hospital, 81. So this dude killed all older people, including a 6-year-old child. Officials with Children's Wisconsin Hospital in Milwaukee said midday Monday that it is treating 18 children who were injured, including 2 who are in critical condition, which I think one of those children died, which was the 6-year-old, according to the chief. The injured children range in ages from 3 to 16 and including 3 sets of siblings. 6 patients had surgery on Sunday and 2 more underwent surgery early Monday. Can we have a moment of silence, please, for these people? Hold on. Let me turn this music off. Can we have a moment of silence for them, please? And please put these people in your prayers, please. All right? All right. So, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Cole said in a tweet Sunday that the state's Department of Justice is assisting with the response to the incident and will provide resources for the investigation. What took place in Waukesha today is sickening, and I have every confidence that those responsible will be brought to justice, he said. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evans has ordered all U.S. and state flags to be flown at half-staff on Monday, as well as on the date of each victim's funeral. Here's what we know so far about the incident and its aftermath. Local residents were gathered in a downtown area of Waukesha, a western suburb of Milwaukee, on Sunday for the 58th annual Christmas parade. The event, sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce, typically takes place on the Sunday before Thanksgiving. It was canceled last year because of because of the COVID-19 pandemic or plandemic, but return this year with the theme Comfort and Joy. Participants ran the gamut from police officers and firefighters to local political parties, dance tributes and dance. I don't know. The marching band was there from the high school. Okay, they got all these colorful words just to say high school marching band and dance team, basically. The event turned tragic around 4:39 p.m. local time, less than an hour after its scheduled start time, when the red SUV sped through the parade route. Do I have any more pictures? Okay, I can take this thing. One second. All right. I didn't need a certain portion of the pictures anymore. So let's continue. Where am I at? Okay. Videos from the scene show the vehicle speeding down the street, passing by some of the participants as spectators watched from the sidewalk. It then started swerving and plowing into people marching, as the sound of parade music was entirely replaced with that of onlookers screaming. So, we're going to get into what their local news had to say.
Waukesha officials are saying they are expecting the number of victims to increase throughout the day as they continue their investigation. Here's where the parade actually took place yesterday afternoon. We do have video of that incident happening. Take a look at this. You can see the SUV on the parade route. This video was taken right after the SUV broke through the barriers. We stopped the video before the tragedy happened. Now, this took place yesterday before 5 p.m. during a Christmas parade. The Waukesha mayor said it was for celebrating the community. Waukesha police told us at least 12 of the victims were children. The SUV appeared to crash into multiple members of a school marching band. Right now, police do have a person of interest in custody. The Associated Press is reporting that the driver of the vehicle may have been fleeing from a crime when he crashed through the barriers. That was described as an altercation with a knife. An AP source is saying the person in custody is a 39-year-old man, possibly out on bond for another offense. Now, there are reports of gunfire. Police are saying that was an officer shooting at the suspect's SUV trying to stop it. The FBI is helping out with this.
There was no fucking point of that. I don't blame the police for any of this. But I will say, had the police would have gotten to the scene of the crime before he plowed through these people, he would have been taken in. And like I said, I'm not blaming the police for any of this. But I am saying, what type of fuck shit was they on that day that they couldn't get to that dispute as fast as possible? Because now people are dead for no apparent reason. Doesn't matter. Let's continue.
Investigation. We did speak to a witness who saw the incident unfold from her balcony.
So I saw it strike the band that had just passed my apartment complex and plowed into at least 3 people, running over 2 of them. One of the 2 got up, the other one did not for quite some time. It kept going all the way down the block to People's Park, the stoplight, and continued straight through it, and that's all that I saw. And it continued to strike pedestrians and people along the way.
And we do know that the Waukesha School District did cancel school for today. They do have grief counselors at their school, so we are hearing that there will be a press conference later on this afternoon. Of course, you can check in with us later to get more information on this situation. For now, we're in Waukesha. I'm Glenn Marshall, WGN News.
I'm so pissed the fuck off. Thing was, I didn't feel like this all week researching all this shit. I didn't feel like this until now. Like it's I guess I'm getting connected to my work, which is a good thing, because it shows y'all that I care. So, but I've covered so many videos over the past year that I've been doing this, the live videos. It's one video in particular that I did last year. It was a young boy who was found dead by some local police department in Louisiana. He went missing, I think, for like a month or something like that, and they finally found him in this lake. And I had got attached to that for the simple fact that I have nephews. I have 3 nephews, and who knows what the hell I would do if I found out anything happened to them. But just know, anybody who wants to think about doing anything to any member of my family, just know you will see me at some point in time. So nobody, and I say nobody, should think about doing anything to any family member or friend that I have. It's not going to be a good day for you. I'm just going to let you know that now. For anybody who wants to pop slick online in the comment section, please know whatever disrespectful comment that you're going to have, I will delete that shit. And I will not reply back, because I'm probably, with whatever that you're saying, doing something with your IP address. So, don't try and do anything crazy, alright? But I will say that I am pissed about everything that has happened on here. With this guy, with the first story with the Zac Stacy guy, I'm pissed at that, and I'm pissed at this for the simple fact that this guy is. They say it was racially motivated. That's what I've been hearing all week because of what happened with the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. That's what I've heard with this guy who plowed through the people at this parade. That's what I heard. Well, I've been hearing all week. I don't believe that narrative. I believe he intentionally drove through this parade because of some reason that he's probably not given and probably won't give. For the simple fact that he probably doesn't give a fuck about what the fuck he did and what the consequences are behind it. That's how I see it. Alright, so let's continue with this. Another video on social media shows the SUV bursting through low-level barricades, which y'all just saw, and speeding away from the scene. A law enforcement officer can be seen in one video chasing the SUV by foot for a short distance. The officer opened fire at the vehicle in an attempt to stop it. Thompson, I don't know why that's there. I guess that's what the police chief said. Police chief later told reporters, adding to no bystanders were injured by gunfire. We do not believe that there were any shots fired from the vehicle, he said. Some of the groups that participated in the parade are posting updates on social media. Groups like the Milwaukee Dance Grannies, the Waukesha Extreme Dance Team, and the Catholic community of Waukesha issued statements late Sunday into early Monday saying members of their groups were among those killed or wounded. The Dancing Grannies confirmed Monday morning that their members were among the dead. In a Facebook post, the group said that the parade participants were doing what they love, performing in front of crowds and bringing joy to the spectators of all ages. Those who died were extremely passionate grannies, they wrote. Their eyes gleamed joy of being a granny. They were the glue, held us together. This dude is one grape short of a fucking fruit basket. I tell you that, cause I don't have my pictures up anymore, but if y'all go back, y'all see what he looks like. Motherfucker looked crazed. He looked fucking crazed. Who the fuck takes a goddamn picture the way that he did for a mugshot? I've seen funny ass mugshots. But that mugshot in particular, the motherfucker looked crazed. And I would say this. He does look like he's crazy. With me saying that he looked crazy. He looked crazy. Like he wasn't all screwed together tight upstairs. Like he looked funny in a way that he meant to do that shit. All right. As NPR has reported, students with the school district of Waukesha also took part in the parade, and multiple school marching bands were listed in its lineup. The Archdiocese of Milwaukee said in a statement on Sunday that one of its Catholic priests, multiple parishioners, and Waukesha's Catholic school children were among those injured. Some people who took part in the parade have taken to social media to say that they were not hurt. Those including the what was that, Representative or Republican Sarah Rodriguez, Alderman Don Paul Brown, and volunteers with the Waukesha County Democratic Party. Aspire Dance Center of, I don't know how to say this, PEWAUKEE. It's some word. I don't. It's probably something that has to do with up there, but Milwaukee. I guess it's Milwaukee. I guess. Confirmed on Facebook that all of its dancers had been safely reunited with their families. So, here we go.
I know that that's extraordinarily high bail. It's warranted here, and I am setting cash bail in the amount of $5 million.
I wish to notify the court, sadly, that today we learned of another death of a child related to this case. We do expect a 6th count for first-degree intentional homicide to be issued or added, to this case. I can advise the court that I am aware, I've been made aware through investigators that there are other individuals in critical condition. I think we've remarked on the number of actual injured parties in our complaint. It exceeds 60 people. There's a number of other charges that we are reviewing and considering, but certainly, at the very least, we do intend to file a 6-count of intentional homicide. There are not words to describe the risk that this defendant presents to our community. Not only flight risk, but the dangerousness that he presents, his history of violence, and the allegations in this complaint where it is stated plainly that on several occasions he was told to stop by police officers. They risked their own safety to try and step in front of the car to stop him. Everything was done to get him to stop, and he just simply continued down the roadway, causing death and destruction in his path.
All right. I'm trying to look through here because a piece of this that I did. Okay, I see what they did. Yeah. Okay. So from White House right there. All right. So I'm gonna have to do that later. So okay. Dozens of people have been hospitalized. Waukesha Fire Chief Stephen Howard said on Sunday that 11 adults and 12 pediatric patients had been transported to 6 hospitals in the area. The numbers of children hospitalized have since grown. Children's Wisconsin said Sunday night that it had taken in 15 patients from the incident, with no fatalities reported. In a Monday morning update, it said it was treating 18 kids who were injured in the parade. Officials said on a virtual press briefing that the children arrived between 5:30 p.m. and midnight local time, mostly by ambulance and from other facilities that performed initial evaluations. They had different levels of injury, and some were unconscious. 10 children were admitted to the hospital's intensive care unit. Of those, 6 were in critical condition, 3 were in serious condition, and 1 was in fair condition. 8 other patients were listed as being in fair condition and were admitted to units other than the ICU. 2 patients had been discharged as of midday Monday. Dr. Michael Myers, noted that 3 sets of siblings were hospitalized, which he said is unique and truly demonstrates the devastating effects of the tragedy of the community. He added that the patients who were admitted represent a wide variety of groups that participated in the parade, though officials declined the offer to offer more specific details. Staff had made contact with the patient's family and will keep in touch going forward, according to the hospital officials, who added that mental health resources are available to all of those who were affected by Sunday's event. Aurora Medical Center Summit told NPR over email on Monday morning that it is treating 13 patients. Of those, 3 are in critical condition, 4 are in serious condition, 6 are in fair condition. We are praying for all those impacted, their families, and our first responders, the hospital said. Witnesses describe a tragic and chaotic scene. Spectators spoke about the shock and horror of witnessing an act of violence at what was supposed to be a family-friendly event. Waukesha resident Lindsay Ashley, 36, told NPR that she had been enjoying the parade with her 2 young children when the SUV drove by them. The SUV blazed by where we were sitting, and we heard a crash and people screaming. She said, "I grabbed the kids and took off. People were helping escort others to safety. She said her children, ages 7 and 9, now never want to attend a parade again. Another Waukesha resident, uh, Tyler Madrana, said she watched the collision right in front of her as she held her 1-year-old son in her arms. She told NPR over Facebook Messenger that she brought her toddler to the parade to see Santa for the first time, but instead he sees a red SUV running over people that are supposed to be entertaining us and children on the ground bleeding. Officials said the people are. Wait a minute. Officials said that people of all ages were impacted by the collision, with Evers flag lowering order, saying that the vehicle struck many adults and children. Corey, a school district of Waukesha board member, told that Milwaukee Journal Sentinel that his daughter's youth dance team had been hit. There were pom-poms and shoes and spilled hot chocolate everywhere. Well, you didn't have to give a description like that. I had to go from one crumbled body to another to find my daughter, he said, adding that his family is safe, but many were not, and asking people to pray. Yeah, I said that already. I'm not gonna say that. Prominent voices are offering help and prayer. White House. Hold on. I'm that far. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki tweeted early Monday that President Biden was briefed on the situation in Waukesha. She said he will receive regular updates. Our team is in close touch with local officials to offer any support and assistance needed. Our hearts are with families in the entire community. The FBI is helping with the investigation, its Milwaukee division said, noting that it is standard practice for the agency to assist its local law enforcement partners. Waukesha Mayor Sean Riley told reporters on Sunday that county, state, and federal officials had all been in touch with offers to help. Riley, who had walked at the beginning of the parade, recalled seeing the smiling faces of children and their parents as they watched from the curb. I am deeply saddened to know that so many of our community went to a parade but ended up dealing with injury and heartbreak, he said. NFL defensive end J.J. Watt is from Waukesha. He tweeted Sunday, I just now seeing what happened at the holiday parade back home in Waukesha tonight. Horrific images. Truly hoping everyone is going to be okay and those not involved are now safe. The Milwaukee Bucks released a statement on Sunday, sending their condolences to victims, loved ones, and thanking those who helped on the scene. What we witnessed today is beyond comprehension. So we encourage the Wisconsin community to support each other during this sad time, the team added. Local officials announced on Monday morning that Waukesha County Community Foundation, the United Way of Greater Milwaukee and Waukesha County are partnering to create a community fund that will support the needs of families impacted by Sunday's tragedy. So, let's go. Which one am I on?
Count 1, malice murder.
Oh, man. I meant to do that earlier.
Here now.
Is that the one? Yes, this is the one.
Davis, former Boston police commissioner. Ed, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I want to get your reaction to Grady's report. We did get a little bit more information today. We know it's not a terrorist attack. We know the suspect who is in custody now, this 39-year-old man, had a domestic violence incident just moments before this happened. And with 5 counts of criminal homicide, that's what he's being charged with. If he's found guilty, he will never see the light of day again. But why do we have to go from such extremes? Because he had pending cases in Milwaukee County. Why did the system fail to keep him behind bars so that he couldn't do something like this?
Well, good evening, Jackie, and my heart goes out to the families involved here, especially at the Christmas season. That is the big question. How could this possibly happen? You've already got the district attorney admitting that there were problems and that he should not have been released after this incident of domestic violence, where he actually ran over his domestic partner. So this was a foreseeable tragedy, certainly not to the extent that it played itself out. But this is a very dangerous game that happens across the country when there's a propensity to just think that everybody's a good boy and they're all being released on their own. You know, we have young men in the United States that have had violent tendencies, and they need to be separated from the community, or they're going to reoffend. This is very, very serious. People are victimized, and it's just a terrible thing to see.
In the incident that you mentioned last week, he was let go. His bail was $1,000, and some people are saying that is just inappropriately low.
There's no question. Here's a man that has continually offended violently. These are warning signs, and district attorneys are charged with keeping the community safe. That's one of their main responsibilities, and it's difficult to see something like this happen. Now, to give the DA credit, they've already acknowledged that this was a mistake, and that something, and they're looking into it, and I'm sure that this will result in a review that calls it and tries to fix it. But it's hard to put the genie back in the bottle after you make a mistake to this magnitude and so many people suffer needlessly for it. It's just a terrible situation.
If you were able to watch that video, it was heart-wrenching. I mean, you could just imagine standing there trying to celebrate the holiday with your community, with your family, and this car literally just plows into crowds of people. And you think about what's happening in the country, Ed. There was a gentleman here in New York City that was stabbed. He was sleeping on the subway and stabbed and killed. And you just say to yourself, these people aren't even doing anything. They're just living life. And it's so dangerous right now.
Right, Jackie. These are lessons that we learned in the 1990s. After years of slapping people on the wrist, we recognize that people who are violent and continue to prove themselves to be violent need to be separated from society, or they're going to continue to hurt people. And it's terrible that we have to relearn this lesson with the kind of example here and what we're seeing across the country. It's really important that we recognize this behavior for what it is and hold people accountable for it so that they don't hurt others.
Ed Davis, thank you so much. Good to see you tonight.
Thank you.
All right. So, what I'm going to do real fast, because I have to use the bathroom, we're going to go on a short break, and then I'm going to finish up. All right? What is up? All right. So, this is what I have left for you guys. I'm not going to be long tonight. Wasn't hoping on a long show because I have next week's show to start up, and I think it's going to be a good show next week. So I want you guys to pay attention to that when it comes up next Saturday. So please pay attention to next week's show because it's part 2 of what I did last week, but in a woman's perspective. All right. So, schools and businesses are closed on Monday. So, Waukesha public schools are closed on Monday, but the school district said it is making additional counselors available at all of its buildings for students in need of support, which is beautiful. It is also offering bag lunches for pickup at multiple locations. School officials said decisions about Tuesday's operation will be determined during the day on Monday. Carroll University, a private liberal arts university located in Waukesha, is canceling classes all week in an effort to help the campus community heal. Waukesha City Hall is also closed for the public on Monday. Officials that officials announced. The city said on Sunday night that it was working to notify victims next to kin. It is running a family reception center and offering counseling services at Waukesha South High School. Like I said earlier, people, please keep these people and their deceased family members in your prayers. The kids that are at the hospital still recovering, keep them in your prayers. And if you can find the city's Facebook page, please put a condolences comment over there because they need it right now. What I want to do, since I didn't get to do it earlier, I'd like to show y'all the verdicts being sent out for the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial of the 3 assholes that killed him.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty.
A string of guilty verdicts.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Greg McMichael, guilty.
For the 3 men involved in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery.
Guilty.
Moments later, celebration and relief sweeping through the crowd of hundreds. Those who've lived through a lifetime of discrimination, sensing a watershed moment.
I might be crying, but believe me, I'm happy.
The jury rejecting the defense team's claims of citizens' arrest and self-defense arguments after the pursuit and shooting of an unarmed Ahmaud Arbery. The prosecution team had pushed back hard on those arguments.
I wanted to make sure that the jury understood that the self-defense case was absolute garbage.
They handed down guilty verdicts on 23 of 27 possible
William
counts.
Bryan.
The shoot.
That's his name. William. What's that? Rudy? Looks like Roddy Bryant.
Travis McMichael, convicted on all charges, including malice murder. His father, Gregory, who drove the truck, found guilty of felony murder and aggravated assault. And for neighbor William Roddy Bryan, the same. He helped to pin Arbery with his vehicle and film the video used in court.
Your client was convicted of murder. Your reaction?
We're very disappointed with the verdict.
All 3 now face life in prison. Arbery's mother had
convicted of murder.
That was the motherfucker right there that was talking shit in court. That was the fuck is his name now? I just forgot his damn name already. William Bryant. That's William Bryant's defense attorney. And then the other defendants had their own defense attorney. Well, really, defense teams. I think each defendant had two lawyers, or a lawyer and a paralegal. But yeah, this motherfucker right here, he was the one that was talking this shit, talking about we shouldn't have so many black pastors in the courtroom. He also did an interview, I believe, with Fox News, I believe, if not their local news, and he was talking shit there. And it's like, when is he gonna learn his lesson that he just lost the case? He got paid, but he lost the case. And as well, who knows what could have happened if these people got off. But let's continue.
Your reaction.
We're very disappointed with.
Hold on, before he continues, this is what I want to say. What I don't understand is people, like I said earlier, they paid more attention to the Kyle Rittenhouse trial than they did this trial. Knowing, and I said this last year, I said this last summer in June, Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor were the two catalysts that helped kick that the protests off last year. These are the two catalysts. It was only George Floyd who helped spark the flame. But if Ahmaud was the oil, well, no, let me put it like this: if Ahmaud was the stick of dynamite, Breonna Taylor definitely was the detonation line of it. And then the match to spark that dynamite was George Floyd. So we can't have one without the other. All three of these people belong in the same vein as George Floyd. Ahmaud should have, well, since they're creating statues, Ahmaud should have a statue. Breonna Taylor should have a statue along next to George Floyd. George Floyd just shouldn't be the one that has a statue. Ahmaud and Breonna should also have their respective statues in said respective cities that they're in. So I'm putting out a cry to petition these cities to not only have George Floyd statues or in statue heads for George Floyd, also make them for Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor. All right, everybody. That's today's show. I'm glad that you guys were here and watched. Big applause to you. It's not as long of a show as I usually do, which is good. But I will say that this whole show, I've been pissed the fuck off. Not only I've been sad and pissed off, basically. Not only because of the TJ, what's his name, TJ Fowler's death, that saddens me. Malcolm X's daughter, Malika Shabazz, saddens me. And then I'm kind of happy in a way that that Ahmaud Arbery's killers got brought to justice as well. I'm pissed off at Zac Stacy because of my prior life that I did some fuck shit in. Now, me being an advocate for violence against women, that doesn't. Yeah, I don't condone. I'm an advocate for not condoning the violence against women portion of domestic violence. I do not play that shit. As well as this fuck nigga, the crazy looking nigga. Man, look, these motherfuckers, man, got me pissed all the way off. Cause you killing kids, man. You killing kids with your crazy self, and then the other motherfucker is committing a violent act in front of his kid. Like, this shit is like, these motherfuckers need, like, really, people. It's a podcast I watch, and this guy says all the time that he doesn't fuck with child molesters or rapists. He does not condone that type of activity. I will also add for myself, along with that, I believe in both not giving a fuck and calling for the deaths of people who rape and molest children, and people, you know, men and women being horrifically raped, but also people who commit domestic violence. Now, am I talking about myself when I talk about that? Maybe I am. But I'd like everybody to know that my heart goes out to these people. Not only to Zac Stacy's child's mother, my heart goes out to y'all. Milwaukee, my heart goes out to y'all. And TJ Fowler's family, my heart goes out to you guys. The Shabazz family, my heart goes out to you guys. And fuck Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and William Bryan. Fuck all three of y'all motherfuckers. Alright, y'all. That has been the show. And I thank y'all for being here, like I said earlier. So let's go into it. Let's end this show right. So, people, on Fridays I do a little show called Marcus Speaks Play, where I play all of my favorite games in a selective few releases that are released into the world for us to play. With this show, I play and go through all types of, I go through stories, I collect things as I'm playing. And if you like this sort of thing, or you have kids that are like this sort of thing, I have a disclaimer down in the description of my videos that when I do Marcus Speaks Play, strong language and smoking is done during these lives. So, I want to tell you guys, if you don't condone that type of activity for your kids to watch, that's not the show. But if you do, have them come over, have them watch. It's always a good show. I believe it's always a good show for the simple fact that, you know, I'm playing a game that I like, and I'm pretty sure it'll spark their interest or your interest into, you know, buying said game. As well, I do that at I do that Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As well, on Saturdays at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, I do what I'm doing right now, which is my podcast, Marcus Speaks Play. Marcus Speaks Play has been Marcus Speaks Live. Sorry, Marcus Speaks Live is my podcast. I've been doing this said podcast for probably 2 years now. So, if you guys like what you're seeing, or people who's watching the replay, if you like what you saw, I this every Saturday, so please come back. Alright? Because I don't want you guys to miss anything. Just check me out. Check out old episodes. I'm pretty sure y'all will like it. So, if you have any sort of game recommendation, show recommendation, or story recommendation that I can, do or start doing on the show, you can either hit me up in the comments section, the live chat when I'm live, or my DMs on social media. Where you can follow me on social media is on Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast. On Facebook, my personal page is Marcus Speaks. Also have a group page, Marcus Speaks Podcast, where you can find that. Type in www.facebook.com/Marcus Speaks PC. You should be able to find it. And as well, I'm on Twitter at Marcus Speaks 25. Right? I'm also on Twitch at Marcus Speaks Play, so you guys can find me over there when I do Marcus Speaks Play. So, just like here on Facebook with my main channel, my second channel, Marcus Speaks Play, when I do like a recording or something and I just drop it onto the channel, make sure you have that bell on all so you get every notification so you can watch said video when I drop it. Like I said, I have two channels, Marcus Speaks and Marcus Speaks Play. Those are in the description below. Please go and subscribe. Alright? So, if you want to check out any of my links, they're in the description below here on YouTube, on Facebook, it's above this live video, or with my pre-recorded, or not pre-recorded, the link is in the description. I mean, the link to this on my Facebook is put in its own separate little post, so you'll see it once you go over there. I'm using Restream to go live to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. So when I go live with Marcus Speaks Play, I go live to YouTube, both YouTube channels, both Facebook pages, Twitch, and Twitter. So if you guys have any sort of, other place I can go, I know Instagram I can go, but I don't know how to post there yet. But with that, my Facebook people, if you're watching, this live video will be deleted by the time this video ends. So make sure if you want to watch any more, watch this again. The YouTube link will be in this place right above it. And if you could, people, can you please like this video, share it, subscribe if you're new, and when you do subscribe, hit that bell icon, hit all so you get every notification that I got going on. So, people, thank you guys for being here, and I thank you guys for watching me and supporting us. And as well,